The Ogdensburg defenseman, number 12, Bill Fox, as he runs down and into number 18, Mark Tile. Number 21 takes it down for Ogdensburg, Roger Malot. And number 29, that is Josh Bamberg Mark O'Shea for Massena, gets called on the push. And number 21 for Ogdensburg, Roger Malot, will take a free kick. It's up in the air. Brian Reed will handle that one. Brian Reed with his first save of the game, I do believe. Here's a punt. Comes high in the midfield. Josh Bamberg's going to take it. He's got Lewis Alderman on the right side. He's nice through ball looking for Lewis. And number 13 for Ogdensburg is there. And that is Chad LaFleur getting it back to Mike O'Hare. I'd like to announce that we do have some All-Northern selections for Massena. And first team All-Northern, Ken Smith, Lewis Alderman first team, Derek Ladding first team, Tony Engstrom first team, and Section 10 All-Northern MVP is Mike Hewlett, number 26 for Massena. He is at midfield right now. Lewis Alderman, and there is Andy Spanberg sending it up for Mike Hewlett. A little too far, and Ogdensburg will control. Once again, we did miss the first goal. Mark Tile scoring for the Red Raiders, and they are up 1-0. The field is very muddy, and the ball stops right in a mud puddle. I haven't seen a field this in this rough a shape in a long time. The grass is barely mowed. It's very long grass, so the ball's not moving fast at all, except for when it skips off mud puddles such as that. Mark O'Shea just misses the head ball, and number 21, Roger Malot for Ogdensburg, is there. And a head ball by the fullback stopper from Ogdensburg, and Mike Hewlett pounds it in. Arms up in the air, back in the end, and Mark O'Shea's going to chase this one down. Mark O'Shea did have a good game in the semifinal game against Potsdam. He had about 3 or 4 scoring chances, but he was unable to capitalize as the Potsdam defense was right there. Ball comes inbounds, and number 1, Corey Mandigo, will take it for the OFA Blue Devils. Mandigo is going to look wide to number 18, Tim Skelly, and Derek Ladding, first team All-Northern, will come after it. Mike Verno controls for the Red Raiders. He bounces it right off of the player from Ogdensburg. That's Jim Skelly, excuse me. And the ball is headed back up towards the Ogdensburg zone. Tony Engstrom stops, controls, showing good pose, looking inside to Alderman. Alderman unable to get to it. And Mike Hewlett tips it over to Andy Spanberg. Andy Spanberg going to look to send Lewis Alderman on the right side, and the ball just stops dead for the Ogdensburg fullback to get there. All right, Alderman will throw the ball in. Comes back to him. He's going to head it downfield, looking for Andy Spanberg. Spanberg gets the ball taken away. Ogdensburg playing tough on defense. Hewlett back to Engstrom. Engstrom chipping the ball into the center of the field to Josh Spanberg. Spanberg boots it up, trying to hit Mark O'Shea. Mark O'Shea has a chance to get a left foot on it. He gets it up and over the net. Just a little bit over the net. Mark showing a good foot with his left foot there. And he set it up for a goal kick for Ogdensburg. On the other field, we do have Massena and Ogdensburg playing in girls soccer. Not sure if we do have an announcer over there yet, but Scott should be coming soon. All right, the ball comes back to O'Hare. O'Hare stopping the Blue Devils all year in nets. Chop Verno looking for it. Tim Skelly fighting with him. Corey Mandigo tips it to midfield. Corey Mandigo is playing in the midfield a little bit too much. Ogdensburg probably wants to push him up and get him up into the midfield, up into the Massena zone as much as possible, as he is one of the quicker players that can put the ball in the net for the Blue Devils. This is starting a triple header of soccer and football. Massena, JV football team beat the Ogdensburg football team, JVs, last night, 12-6 up in Ogdensburg. And I'd like to congratulate them on a good season. That ended their season for them. And Massena's playing soccer in boys and girls varsity Section 10 Class B championships against Ogdensburg, of course, here at Potsdam College today. And then on Friday night, Massena travels to Ogdensburg Free Academy for the football game, Section 10 Tier 1 final game of the year, to see who will advance to the state tournament. First time that's happened in a long time, as they have devised a plan where they're going to have a state football tournament this year. Ball comes midfield, and a nice play by number 25, Mike Diop, at the midfield fullback position for the the Blue Devils. Brian Reed with a punt wide. And there is number 13, and that is Chad LaFleur trying to get it in. Diop fighting with Tayo. Tayo with a kick up to O'Shea, unable to get it to it. The field conditions just terrible today. Got a lot of rain yesterday, and just hard to keep this field in good condition. And they decided yesterday, sometime around noontime, that they were going to not use the St. Lawrence University site, and they were going to use the Potsdam State site because of the fact that Massena was playing Ogdensburg in both games, so they wanted the fans to be able to see both games at the same time. And they couldn't switch start times due to the fact that 1:30 is the start time they have to use because of getting dark early, and as such. Take this time for a commercial break. You're watching Section 10 Championship Soccer on Edwards Production Sports.
Stop down to the Hotel Nettle and enjoy the sounds of the live band nightlife on Fridays and Saturdays, or stop down on Sunday afternoons for complimentary chicken wings starting at 1:30 and going till all are gone. If you can't stop down on the weekend, stop in and listen to the best CD jukebox in town during the week. That's the Hotel Nettle, located on Andrew Street in Massena.
All right, back to action here. Mark O'Shea heading downfield with Josh Bamberg. Josh Bamberg getting pushed off the ball a little by number 21, Roger Malot, but Bamberg battling a puddle also along with Malot. And O'Shea tries to get it top of the 18, unable to do so, and Diop is there for the Blue Devils. A nice foot by number 7, Eric West, sending it downfield, and Derek Gladding's going to turn and send it beautifully up to Mark Tile. Mark Tile lets the ground do the trapping for him, as the ground is that was a handball by number 21, Roger Malot. But the referee yelling play on as Corey Mandigo steps in, and that's a push. Very good call. He was right there on it. It's a white direct kick, so if Massena can chip out of the rough, as you're going to call it with this ground, they can get a goal here. Lewis Alderman, Mike Hewlett, and Josh Bamberg in the penalty area, along with Mark O'Shea, Mark Tayo, and Derek Gladding on this side. Oh, it hits number 12 right in the head. Tough break, Bill Fox. And it comes back to O'Hare. Lewis Alderman with a chance here for the Red Raiders. He steps in, he gets blasted by the Ogdensburg fullback, and no call. Incredible that there wasn't a call on that play. Lewis Alderman is still shaken up on the play, as Mike O'Hare ignores everything and makes the punt out to midfield. Mark Tile going to chase the ball down. Mark Tile scoring the goal for Massena. We apologize that we were unable to bring you that goal. Our schedule has been pretty tough lately. And we have a substitute coming in for the Massena Red Raiders, and first team All-Northern Kenny Smith will replace Mark O'Shea. Kenny ailing from an ankle injury, unable to compete in the Potsdam game in the Class B semifinals, but he's here against Ogdensburg in the big show. So Massena hopping up 1-0 early. Mark Tile netting the goal for the Red Raiders. We'll try to pass you on the assist as we do find out, as we are on the opposite side of the field, as you can see, as the scorekeepers. Little different situation than we do have when we are in Massena. And Mike Hewlett takes a nice shot on net, and if it wasn't for the mud bath in front of O'Hare, that might have had a chance to squeak by him. It's great that they put the fans convenience in the situation for this game, but I don't know if they took player safety into their minds. This field is unmown, very high grass, very, very muddy field conditions, and just not a field I'd want to be playing a championship soccer game on. But both teams did agree, and Mark Tile sends it down for Ken Smith as the ball takes another weird hop. Here's Ken Smith with the left foot in front. No one's there for Massena to answer, and Diop's trying to make the play as Josh Bamberg tips it back to Mike Hewlett. Mike Hewlett unable to make the play. And here is, I believe, number 8, Dave Bova for the Blue Devils, tipping it up into the Massena zone. A nice play by number 18, Jim Skelly, and Corey Mandigo. We have a push-off called against Ken Smith. That's going to stop the Ogdensburg offensive effort, so not a bad play on Ken Smith's part. as number 21 steps in to make the kick, Roger Malot. Malot with a high kick. Reed playing it safe, not coming too far out of his net. And it'll be a corner kick for the Blue Devils right along the same sideline as we are. Number 18, it looks like. Jim Skelly going to take the corner kick for the Devils. A nice kick in the middle. Chop Verno's there. Corey Mandigo jumps real high. They might need him on the Blue Devils basketball team this year, the way he can jump. Number 21 takes it down Malot, sends it in the middle. Nice play by Reed to punch it out. Mandigo's there. And Mike Hewlett makes the play for the Red Raiders, stopping Ogdensburg's chances early on. Here is number 18, Tim Skelly. Josh Bamberg has some room as Mandigo's taking chase. And Bamberg and Mandigo, nice play by Kenny Smith to leave it for Josh Bamberg, and he gets a shot that'll slow up. Right there you saw the undefeated Massena Red Raiders offense, and that's why they are undefeated. Just outstanding play, communications, talking to each other, as Engstrom let that one go for Mark Tile. Back in the fullback position, as we've seen all year, is Chop Verno with Derek Gladding and Shane Veach, along with sweeper, Tony Engstrom. Mike Hewlett at center half. He's going to send the ball. Oh, he's going to carry. Nice carry there, and now he sends it over to Alderman. Alderman's in a foot race, and number 13 for Ogdensburg is Chad LaFleur, and he makes the play. Here's Alderman getting the ball back, as he's done all year. We have a push called against Ogdensburg. Number 4 on the call is Andy Wright, and Massena will have a free kick. Lewis Alderman will take the kick, unlike usually Derek Gladding's down there to take it. But we'll see what Lewis Alderman can do on this indirect kick. Andy Spanberg, I think, is going to just tap it so Alderman can have a shot. He uses the outside foot of his right foot. Outside part of his right foot. Trying to hurry to get everything together here and stepping over myself. Mark Tile in the middle has another chance for a goal. Mike O'Hare, it slips by him, and it doesn't go. Once again, the field conditions help Mike O'Hare out. If that was a little bit different conditions, that ball might have been in the net. But then again, the ball wouldn't have skipped off, so slippery for him. Corey Mandigo will take on the handball there, and the referee says play on. Tony Engstrom's going to send it wide, and the referee heard me say handball, and he said, no, it's not a handball, it was inadvertent. But that's why he's the referee, and I'm the announcer. He knows. Number 18, Tim Skelly. I said Jim. There's a J right underneath his name for Justin Marlowe, but that is Tim Skelly throwing it in, trying to look for Mandigo. Number 11 is Eduardo Santos, down low. Number 11, Eduardo Santos, is called with a hole, and Massena will have a kick down in their own zone. And Josh Bamberg is upended right there, and they knew it was a penalty. Number 17, Joe Barkley on the trip. Referees calling an outstanding game so far, letting these teams play, not altering the game, not taking any chances and making a lot of judgment calls. That was a takedown by number 17, Joe Barkley. He threw Tony Engstrom right to the ground. Here comes Ken Smith. He's going to try to beat number 21. He's pushed off the ball, and there is no call. Number 21 with the push there was Roger Malot. And Tony Engstrom will try to move around number 12, Bill Fox. Ball comes in the middle. Josh Bamberg going to try to head it in. And we have an offsides called against either Alderman or Smith. They were in ahead of the play too much. We're going to take this time for a commercial break. You're watching Championship Northern Athletic Conference Soccer on Edwards Production Sports. All right, back to soccer action. Number 11, Eduardo Santos in the middle for the Blue Devils carrying. He's going to look outside for number 4, Andy Wright. Andy Wright looking for it to give and go to Santos, but Gladding is right there to make the play. Gladding and Spanberg far side. And we have a throw-in, and we have quite a few substitutes coming in. Mike Abbott entering the game. Todd Barnhart entering the game. Gerald Acostas entering the game. And looks like Mark O'Shea is going to come back in for the Red Raiders. So Engstrom's going to get a break, and Hewlett is going to get a break. and I can't really tell who else is going to get a break for the Raiders. Angstrom trying to make the play. Santos looking downfield, and a beautiful play by, we're going to call a kick against Derek Gladding. He's getting a little physical in there, but both teams are playing that physical game, and you got to expect that when they come here. Here we have a direct kick for the Blue Devils. And Brian Reed is right there for the save for the Red Raiders once again. He makes a nice throw, but Mandigo's nice jumping ability gets there. Gerald Acosta's called, or Ken Smith called on the push. Referee saying, get your hands down, we don't need that. Number 21 for Ogdensburg is Roger Malot. Going to take the free kick. He's going to send it far post, and he's offsides. Got a very large crowd on hand, but it's a little separated between both games because, like I said before, Massena and Ogdensburg playing on both fields, boys and girls soccer. Looks like we're underway on the other field for the girls' action. Gerald Acostas looking wide, gets pushed down by Mandigo, but there's no call once again as Malot sent it downfield for number 18, Tim Skelly. Skelly kicks it right off a chop. Verno is there with the play, and number 24, Ogdensburg, Ryan Wells, will send it downfield, and Brian Reed comes in, and it'll be a throw-in for the Blue Devils. Coach Henry, I can hear him from here yelling, get back in the net, Brian, we don't need them getting the goal right away. That's a dangerous play on Gerald Acostas, but no call. Not a chest trap, a chest pass by number 21, Roger Malot. Once again, throw in for the Blue Devils. Corey Mandigo tries to kick it in on the cross, and the ball will run out of bounds, and Massena gets out of that one unscathed as Brian Reed will set it up for Derek Gladding's goal kick. Ogdensburg trying to give and go, and Acostas makes a nice play getting it into midfield, and number 13, Chad LaFleur, was there for the Blue Devils. Lewis Alderman giving chase to number 4, Andy Wright, and Blue Devil number 7, Eric West, falls on the far side of the field. A beautiful play right there, but he's pushed down by, looks like, it is Angstrom, and it'll be a free kick for the Blue Devils. So the Massena Red Raiders coming up with their hands in the air, and they have to stop doing that because they might just lose this game if they're not careful. Take this time to take a look at some of the people to make this game possible. All right, back to soccer action. Ogdensburg with a free kick. It's booted long and wide of the net along with high. So Massena will have a goal kick, and they will have some substitutions coming in for the Blue Devils. I'd like to mention some of the people that make this game possible. Hotel Netto, 43 Andrews Street, Massena. Winthrop Furniture, Main Street, Winthrop. LBM Lumber, Route 37 in Hogansburg. Econo Fuel, South Racket, River Road in Massena. Burns Truck Stop, number 9, Route 37 in Hogansburg. Bears Den, also on Route 37 in Hogansburg. Northway Carpets and Floor Center, 138 Main Street in Massena. I'd like to thank all those merchants that were with us all year, making us be able to bring you these soccer games. And I've enjoyed doing them, as well as some of the other people like Tim and Chad and Gary. Here's Tony Angstrom with a shot. It's going to run high and wide of the corner. Angstrom with a nice try as Jeremy Burt will enter the game. He's going to replace Lewis Alderman. So it looks like somewhat of a second string is up on the forward line for the Red Raiders, and they've produced quite a bit this year, so that's another reason why Massena went undefeated all year. Their second string is just an outstanding team, playing great soccer and scoring quite a few goals. Ken Smith kicks the ball a little high. Todd Barnhart misses a head ball. Hands were up in the air on both players. Number 7, Eric West, will be called on the push as Tony Angstrom fell to the ground. Angstrom sets the ball for Gladding. Gladding, of course, is the direct kick expert for the Red Raiders. Ball comes inside. Ken Smith tries to get ahead on it. And there's Gerald Acostas with the goal. The Red Raiders will pull up 2-0 on the nice shot by Gerald Acostas. Happy to see Gerald Acostas getting a goal for the Red Raiders. I haven't seen him get too many this year. And that happened in the girls' game the other day. Jen Peets had 2 goals to help them defeat Governor 2-1 in overtime. And Jen Peets' father saw me before today's game and said, well, wouldn't you figure you guys weren't there to tape the game and my daughter scores 2 goals? And he said, well, the Governor TV station that lends us some of the games wasn't even there. All right, so Massena pulls ahead 2-0 in Section 10, Class B, final championship game here from Maxey Hall Field in Potsdam College. You're watching Edwards Production Sports. Welcome back to Potsdam College, Maxey Hall Fields. And Chop Verno with a beautiful play. And Mark O'Shea sends it in the middle for Ken Smith. Ken Smith putting on the wheels. He's going to move by a couple defenders, but the ball is then taken away. And Ken Smith comes back with some extra effort and taps it to Acostas, and he miskicks and is taken away by Ogdensburg, but not going to go too far as Mike Hewlett's going to play a little bit of a safe defense probably for the rest of the half until his first string offense comes back in. It looks like him and Angstrom have switched a little bit, as Angstrom, I believe, is taking a rest on the sidelines, and Hewlett's going to step back and play the stopper position for the Red Raiders, as I believe Micah Nabinet is going to play the sweeper position. It's about time that I did learn the new terms of sweeper and stopper, because when I played it was halfback, fullback, goalie, and forwards, and that's all we had to know. They did switch a little bit. Now they have the sweepers and the stoppers and the strikers. Nice play by Roger Malot's going to send it. Mike Furno with a head ball up to Costas. Derek Gladding's going to boom it. Comes midfield. Ken Smith's going to try to chase it down along with number 12, Bill Fox. Bill Fox sends it wide to number 9, Bob Cameron. And it's booted away by Mike Hewlett. Mark O'Shea letting number 21, Roger Malott, step ahead of him. Nice play by him. And number 13, Chad LaFleur for the Blue Devils, trying to send it wide to number 9, Bob Cameron, far side. Cameron's going to look into the middle. Mike Hewlett with a nice play. Looks like Massena's dominated most of the game, playing their style of soccer, not giving up, and playing Ogdensburg style of soccer, and that's why I believe Massena's up 2-0. There's Jeremy Burt with a shot on the net, and Mike O'Hare is there to gather it up for the Blue Devils, and he makes a nice play to switch fields and get it to Roger Malott. Malott has lots of room to move, but Mark O'Shea showing a lot of hustle and getting in there. Corey Mandigo's trying. Mike Nabinet kicks it wide to number 18, Tim Skelly for the Blue Devils, but Mike Hewlett is there. Ogdensburg's coach over there, Tom Breer, is on the referee's case a little bit, but nothing comes out of it. Mandigo sends it wide for 18, Skelly. Ball runs out, and it's a goal kick for the Red Raiders. Josh Spanberg will enter the game with Mark Tile, and looks like Andy Spanberg. All right, we're all set. Derek Gladding with the goal kick. He sends it high. Beautiful kick. Jeremy Burt's going to try to head it outside to Mark O'Shea, but he misheads it. And number 12 is there for, Ogdensburg, Bill Fox. Mark O'Shea sends it in the middle. Jeremy Burt's got a chance, but number 13 steps in, and that is Chad LaFleur, makes the play for the Blue Devils. The college students walking by, not paying too much attention to the soccer game. Of course, they probably aren't from the area, so they don't really have much interest in the game. Mike Nabinet trying to make something here up for the Raiders. He's going to have a chaser. A nice play by number 21, Roger Malott, to get a head ball on it. A kick called against number 15, Pat Nugent for the Blue Devils, and Massena is going to get a direct kick. I thought both players came in at the same level of intensity, so should have been a play on because no one really came out of it ahead of the play for any advantage. But regardless, Massena will have a throw-in on the far side of the field. Tony Engstrom entering the game, replacing Mike Anabinit. Mike Anabinit putting in some good minutes for the Raiders. Nice throw in the middle. Engstrom makes a beautiful play to just move right around number 8, Dave Bova. Head ball by number 12, Bill Fox. And there's a shot, but Mark Tyo teed it up a little bit too much to the right, and Ogdensburg will have yet another goal kick. Take another chance for a commercial break. You're watching Section 10 Class B Championship Soccer from Maxey Hall in Potsdam on Edwards Production Sports.
Northway Carpet and Floor Center. Stop in and see for yourself the large selection of floor coverings, from carpets and vinyl flooring to wallpaper and blinds. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturdays 9 to 2, and open evenings by appointment. That's the Northway Carpet and Floor Center, located at 138 Main Street in Massena, or phone them at 315-769-7231.
All right, back to soccer action. Nothing happened. Eric West trying to control the ball for the Blue Devils. Tony Engstrom pickpockets him. Sends it to the midfield, trying to get it to Mark O'Shea, but number 12 is there, Bill Fox for the Devils. Jeremy Burt goes down, gets pushed down a little bit. Makes a nice slide tackle against Malot. Spanberg tried to send it back to Hewlett. Hewlett was just a little bit ahead of him. And all the players that are in, except for the fullbacks from Massena, are pretty well muddied up. But that looks, because the field down in Massena's end where they are defending the goal is very dry. This field kind of slopes from Massena's end being the top and Ogdensburg's end being the bottom, so it looks like the water all drained to the bottom half of the field, and that might have been a factor in the selection of of where the teams wanted to start off the half. Mike Hewlett gets called on a push there. Once again, another questionable call, but Mike Hewlett looked like he was leaning in on the Ogdensburg players, so the call does stand. Number 12, Bill Fox, sends it upfield. And the one-on-ones won by Massena are just outstanding. If they're not beating the Ogdensburg players to the ball, they're getting on them right as soon as they take possession and taking the ball, as you see Mike Hewlett doing that against the Ogdensburg players. Offside's called against Mark O'Shea. So we have a free kick for the Blue Devils. Malot will set it up, and either him or Fox will kick it. Malot elects to kick. Tom Breyer, the coach for the Blue Devils, on the far side, giving some encouragement to his Blue Devils, who are down 2-0. Goals coming from Mark Tyo and Gerald Acostas for the Raiders. Number 13, far side, is LaFleur. Sends it downfield, and Shane Beach smartly lets it run out. And looks like Ken Smith and Lou Alderman are going to enter the game for Mark O'Shea and Jeremy Burton. Both players playing outstanding out there. You can see the back of Jeremy Burt's jersey is just all total mud. They're putting in some quality minutes. Mark O'Shea having a couple scoring opportunities, getting a little tired, trying to get a little advantage. He got pulled off sides, so Coach Henry's going to let him rest a little bit and get him back in the game later. Ken Smith with a beautiful pass inside to Alderman. Alderman's going to try to beat number 12, Fox, and Fox beats him to it. And Alderman gets called with a push, and he's telling him he's playing the ball. But referee's not listening, and free kick for the Devils. Mark Tyo sends it for Alderman, but stopped by number 12, Fox. Fox kicks it out, and it'll be a throw-in for the Red Raiders. Verno will take it. Chop Verno looking inside to Tyo. Man coming on, man to go pushing from behind, but it didn't affect the play enough for a call to be made. And once again, number 12 kicked it. Bill Fox looked like it skimmed off of Smith, but not enough for the call. Again, Tyo has Hewlett in the midfield. Had a chance to get it back to Verno, but he elected to try for Hewlett. Verno's got a player on him. Makes a nice play. Ball runs out of bounds for a throw-in. They're going to let it play as the horn sounded for a substitute, and looked like number 8, Dave Bova on the far side, was offsides for the Blue Devils. Goal kick for the Raiders. Or no, excuse me, the offside, so it's a free kick for the Raiders, so the players on the far side for the Blue Devils can't come in. If it was a goal kick, they would have been able to come in. Gladding with a low kick, looking for Tile. It comes to Spanberg. Spanberg inside to Alderman. Alderman going to try to beat a couple players. And Alderman gets the ball stripped from him, and it's sent out wide, to Dave Bova. Bova was trying to hit Eric West there. He was unable to do so, and it's throw in for the Raiders. Ball comes back to Shane Veach. Shane Veach with a boomer to Ken Smith. Ken Smith with his head over to Josh Spanberg, and Spanberg used his head to push it to the wide side of the field, where they've got to try to move the ball a little bit more on the wide side, because number 21, Roger Malot, and number 12, Bill Fox for the Blue Devils are clogging up the middle, and no one's going to be able to get by in there because they're just two outstanding fullbacks. Unless they get tired and Massena can beat them to the ball in here, then Massena will be able to use the middle. Until then, I think the Red Raiders would be the best, in their best interest, to use the outside of the field or drop it back to the halfback, Mike Hewlett, for a kick. Nice try. Eric West carries the ball, avoids the tackle of Mark Tayo, and Shane Veets gets committed as he falls down, but he's going to hustle back as Brian Reed punches it out. He is taken out by the Ogdensburg player, and Shane Veets with another sprawling play to save the Massena effort, and the ball goes off of Veach for a corner kick. 3 substitutes coming in for the Blue Devils. Cold day here. Must be very cold for the kids out there, all muddied up and wet. Corner kick comes in. Mandigo just misses it, and the ball rolls in the net. So it's 2-1 Massena here with probably 10 or 11 minutes left in the half. So not much Brian Reed could do. It was kind of a scrap in the middle. And we're going to try to find out who scored that goal. We'll be back right after this commercial break. You're watching Section 10 Soccer on Edwards Production Sports. All right, unable to find who scored that goal, but we will at halftime. And we're back to soccer action. Josh Spanberg sends one in the middle. O'Hare lets it go for his fullback, Malot. Malot's going to look upfield. He sends it through the mud puddle, and Mark Tayo's there for the play for the Red Raiders. Ball comes in the middle. Eric West will control for the Devils as Ken Smith is coming hard on him, forces him to get rid of it. Shane Veets kicks it off at number 11, Eduardo Santos. He's pushed down. Looks like Derek Gladding was pushed down, and it is called, and Gladding will have a free kick. Number 11, blue, Eduardo Santos down there. Looks like he's favoring his lip. Might be bleeding on him. And they're going to let Shane Veach take this one so they can balance out the defense. Shane's showing he can boom the ball, as he's done all year. And number 12 is Fox, sending it downfield for 8, Bova. Bova back to West. West tries, Andy Spanberg tries to strip him, and Bova far side battling with Veach along with West and Hewlett for the Raiders. Bova inside, Hewlett with a nice trap. It goes off of Bova. It'll be a throw-in for the Red Raiders, far side, as it looks like Micah Nabinet's going to enter the game and replace Mike Hewlett. And I believe this will be a short shift for Nabinet, as I believe that Coach Henry's going to want to talk to Hewlett. Either that or Hewlett's just really winded, because Coach Henry doesn't look like he's going to talk to him right now. Ball runs out of bounds. It's a throw-in for the Red Raiders. A little controversy far side. No one knew who the throw-in was for. And Ken Smith pushes it for Spanberg. Spanberg has an Abinet behind him and his brother Josh in the middle. Comes to Josh through the puddle. O'Hare comes out. Massena not pushing a lot of their forwards up and trying to make a play on O'Hare when he gets the ball. So they might want to send someone in and try to get that insurance goal, as they are up 2-1 and going up 3-1. I'm sure they'd like to see. Nice play by Shane Veach to strip him. And the ball is going to run down into the Massena zone. And Derek Glading's there for the Red Raiders. And it goes off of the Augsburg player for a throw-in for the Red Raiders. Got to excuse me for the audio problem there. I was just trying to adjust my hood as it's getting cold here. Illegal throw-in. So what I was talking about in the game the other day along with Scott against Potsdam, Massena gets called for it here today. So the consistency in that game is what was important in that game, and Massena's not going to be allowed to use their illegal throw-ins in this one, as they usually try to up-tempo the game and push the ball in as quick as possible as the ball comes through for Spanberg, as number 12 will control Bill Fox. Bill Fox and number 21, Roger Malot, for the Blue Devils are just outstanding fullbacks. They've helped out the Blue Devils' efforts so much, and they're great hustlers. And Brian Reed will take this one into control for the Red Raiders. He has a punt, low midfield to Ken Smith. Ken Smith gets it inside to Josh Spanberg. Spanberg's got to hurry to send it to Alderman before he's offside. And number 12, again, is Fox with the play. Spanberg's going to try to chip it wide to Alderman. Alderman falls, gets pushed down once again by number 25, Mike Diop. Here comes Alderman. Alderman's going to let it go so Chopper Verno can step in and make the play. Verno asking the referee how much time left in the game. The referee's not sure, so he can't answer. Verno sends it far post, right through the wall. Diop kicks it for the Blue Devils, and Andy Spanberg has a chance, chips it up and past the net for a goal kick for the Blue Devils. Mike O'Hare's going to set the ball down here for the goal kick for the Blue Devils, excuse me. There's less than 3 minutes left in the first half as Spanberg is replaced by O'Shea once again. So sophomore Josh Spanberg is replaced by sophomore Mark O'Shea. And that's good to see, because next year Massena's still going to have a strong team. They are going to lose Ken Smith, Mark Tile, Mike Verno, Shane Veach, Andy Spanberg, Jeremy Burt, Mike Hewlett, Lewis Alderman, Derek Glading, Tony Engstrom, and Gerald Acostas. They are losing quite a bit of players, but they do have a very strong JV program coached by Coach Mike Almond. And I'm sure that they'll come out with another strong team next year. Ball comes inside, and Ken Smith unable to make the play. There's Eric West looking downfield for Bova, and Derek Glading and Shane Veach. Shane Veach going to send it outside wide for a throw-in for the Blue Devils, far side. Dave Bova will take it for the Blue Devils. Very nice play to get it back into Eric West, but Eric West fans on it, and number 20, Ryan Wells, is going to try to get it to West, and West smashes one into the Massena zone, but is once again stopped by a head ball. And number 12, Fox will send it far side, as Brian Reed's going to let this one run out for a goal kick for the Red Raiders. So it's 2-1, Massena leading here in the Section 10 Class B Soccer Championship here at Potsdam College Maxey Hall facility. This game was regularly scheduled to be at St. Lawrence University, but they decided to let both teams play here because it was Massena and Augsburg in both the boys and girls Class B title games. And looked like they could have called obstruction against number 44, Derek Glading. And the play will end the first half right there, and no one will have the goal kick. And Massena will go into halftime with a 2-1 lead here in the Section 10 Class B title game. You're watching Northern Athletic Conference Soccer on Edwards Production Sports.
Charity Connell Fuel's Showcase Room. We would like to introduce to you Thermal Pride, the finest in residential heating and air conditioning equipment. I suggest you see the cutaway of the Octotherm oil-fired furnace from Thermal Pride. They're built better to last longer and engineered to perform better than any on the market, with a limited lifetime warranty on the heat exchanger and a 3-year warranty on the burner. We also have Thermal Pride's high-efficiency condensing gas furnace. With the radiant burner of this condensing gas furnace, heat is actually transferred faster, providing warmer air more quickly and efficiently. Come down and see this high-quality Thermal Pride forced air equipment at Econo Fuels on the South Racket River Road, Massena, New York.
Welcome back to Edwards Production Sports presentation of Section 10 Class B Soccer Championship game at Maxey Hall. Massena's up 2-1 against the Ogdensburg Blue Devils. A nice high kick to Mike Verno. I did go over at halftime to the scorer's table and get the official scoring on the goals. The one that we did miss was Mark Tile from Josh Spamberg. And the one goal for Massena that we did get is Gerald Acostas from Mike Verno. And the goal for the Blue Devils was scored by Eric West unassisted. So Ogdensburg will be going from the right-hand portion of your screen to the left-hand, and Massena will be going from the left-hand to the right-hand. And there's Mike O'Hare for Ogdensburg making a save. O'Hare will kick a short one, little nubber, and Josh Spamberg with a nice play to Mike Hewlett. Mike Hewlett looking far side for Ken Smith. Didn't really look like Kenny there for a second. Kenny Smith kind of pushed off the ball, gets a cross in the middle. Mike Hewlett tries to make a play, and Dave Bova will control for the Blue Devils as Ken Smith is streaking the whole field and forces Bova to get rid of it. And a throw-in for Massena as Veach will take it for the Red Raiders. Nice high throw to Spamberg. Goes off of number 4, Andy Wright. Ken Smith will pop it up over the head of number 12 for the Blue Devils, and that is, Fox. And Josh Spamberg had a shot on net. It looked like it missed Mike O'Hare as it went wide, and the Blue Devils will have a goal kick. Massena Red Raiders did call up some of the JV players to help out on the bench for this Section 10 playoff game. They called up Chad Snyder, Brian McCauley, Matt Bigelow, Matt LaSalle, Brett Cassort, Luke Mova, Dan O'Shea, and Joe Weiskopf to help out their playoff efforts. And if the Red Raiders move on to win this game, they will play the winner of the Section 7 Class B title in the first round of the state tournament. It's been a long time since a team from Massena has entered that. And Brian Reed makes a nice play as the ball went a little frantic on him, and Diops there for the Blue Devils, kicking it to Mandigo. Mandigo looking wide, and it's intercepted by Angstrom. Angstrom loops one up to Ken Smith. Ken Smith's going to try to beat number 13, LaFleur, and Smith does. He's going to try to kick it a little bit ahead, try to increase his advantage, but it runs out of bounds for a goal kick for the Blue Devils. O'Hare sets it. Referee's going to stop the play, get the people out of the area. Too many people up on the goal line area interfering with the play, maybe yelling at the players or the officials. So the goal kick is going to occur right now. Ball comes wide. Andy Spamberg's going to let it run, but Dave Bova keeps it in. Spamberg, Bova. Nice play by both of them, keeping their arms down. Bova did raise them at the end. Angstrom in the middle to Hewlett. Once again, if you did miss the first half, Mike Hewlett was selected MVP of of the Northern Athletic Conference, Division I, I imagine. And first team from Massena were Ken Smith, Lewis Alderman, Derek Gladding, and Tony Angstrom. We will bring you the Section 10 awards presentation, the NAC All Northerns, after the game, as they are awarded on the far side of the field. Here's number 7 for Ogdensburg, Eric West with a chance. Chips it to number 18, Tim Skelly, with another try. All right, we're going to take this time for another commercial break. You're watching Northern Athletic Conference Section 10 Soccer on Edwards Production Sports. How close? Back to soccer action. Blue Devils with the throw-in. Andy Wright will throw it in for the Devils. Number 7, Eric West, gets the ball stripped by Spanberg. Spanberg sends it inside to Spanberg. Josh is holding the ball, and he chips it up to Alderman. Alderman trying to take it past number 21, Malot. And Alderman doing a little fancy footwork there, beating Diop. He's going to try to send it in the middle for Smith, and he's unable to. Spanberg has Wright on his tail, and number 12 is Fox, looking far side for Wright. Wright's going to run with it a little bit as he doesn't have too many people on him, and Spanberg does come on him. Dave Bova trying to get it for the Blue Devils, and Derek Glading comes in for the fullback effort. West, at the midfield, excuse me. Veach with a little chip. He might have wanted to trap that one and kick it. And Mandigo had a chance for the Blue Devils, and Mark Tile is going to get it back to his fullback, Mike Verno, and Verno's going to chip it outside, relieve some of the pressure, and create a Blue Devil throw-in. The ball is going to come to number 7, West. Didn't look like he pulled the ball all the way behind his head, and that one's going to go over the net and behind it. Goal kick for the Red Raiders as Mark O'Shea is going to enter the game for the Raiders. He's going to replace Lewis Alderman. I'm sure Coach Henry just wants to talk to Alderman a little bit, see if he can help him try to get a goal here. Corey Mandigo is going to settle the goal kick. Nice try, comes into West, and Massena's in trouble. Mike Hewlett with a nice play. Coming out to number 13, Chad LaFleur. I haven't seen Massena struggle this much all year. They're playing a pretty sloppy half, and the fullbacks for Ogdensburg are keeping them right in this game, as Ogdensburg offensive effort hasn't been too strong in the first half, but they're coming on strong here in the first part of the second half. The girls' game's just coming off of halftime, unable to bring in the score because of the fact that they didn't have a coinciding halftimes. The striker was called offsides, and the referee said it was number 23 for Massena offsides, and I highly doubt that because that's Shane Veach, and he's playing fullback standing right in front of us. So a difficult call for the Red Raiders, but they're going to overcome that with Josh Spanberg with a chance. He's got a shot. He dribbles it past O'Hare and just past the right-hand post. Looks like it went off a Blue Devil player, but it will be a goal kick. A couple players entering the game for the Blue Devils. Dave Boble will probably be, excuse the phrase, intended receiver on this punt or goal kick, as he's going to sneak into the midfield area. No, he's going to send it wide to number 4. Andy Spanberg lets it run. There's Mark O'Shea with a beautiful head ball in the middle, and Ken Smith unable to get to it. Andy Wright's going to turn and try to go with it. He passes it back to number 13, LaFleur. Ken Smith kicks it off the defender from Ogdensburg, Fox. The ball will come out to Bova. Bova's going to try to chip it up to Wright. No, he gets it inside the middle to Santos. Santos gets taken away by Shane Veach. And Derek Glading battling with Santos. Glading's going to boom it off of Bova. He gets control, and Glading will send it midfield, and Diop miskicks it. Ken Smith trying to get it to Mark O'Shea, and number 13 LaFleur's there for the Blue Devils. Ken Smith's going to try to send it for Josh Spanberg. unable to do so, and Dave Bova will trap. Beautiful trap. He's going to try to send it in the middle for Eduardo Santos, taken away by Derek Glanning, and number 4, Andy Wright, will get the ball bounce off of him. It'll be a goal kick for the Red Raiders. Now, Massena got caught up a little bit. 2 of their fullbacks were playing on 1 Blue Devil player, and you just can't have that. You got to win the one-on-one and have someone back you up. Both players were right up on him, and the Blue Devil player beat him, and they had a scoring chance with 2 fullbacks out of position. Andy Spanberg just misses the goal kick by, Shane Veach. And number 13 for Ogdensburg, LaFleur will throw it into Bova. Bova going to send it in the middle. Brian Reed has to come out of the net a little bit, but Mike Hewlett makes a nice play for the Red Raiders. He's going to try to send it up for a streaking Ken Smith. Ken Smith, Mark O'Shea right here for Massena. And Smith taps a little too far ahead of him. O'Hare comes out of the net, and it went off of O'Hare, so it will be a Massena corner kick. Ken Smith just tapping it a little bit too far ahead of him a couple times in this game, and he almost had a goal right there. We'll take this time for another commercial break. You're watching Northern Athletic Conference Championship Soccer on Edwards Production Sports. All right, back to soccer action. Lewis Alderman with the corner kick, and it's tipped off of the head of Mike Hewlett, and it'll be a goal kick for the Blue Devils. Ooh. Looked like Mike Hewlett hit it, but it might have went off of a Blue Devil defender. After that, Massena will be rewarded with another corner kick. Alderman once again taking the majority of the corner kicks for the Red Raiders when he is in the game. Tony Engstrom does it when he's not in there. And here's Alderman. Corner kick coming in off the head of number 13 for the Blue Devils, LaFleur. Number 27, Lewis Alderman, called on a push. And LaFleur will set the ball up for number 12, Fox. Back to O'Hare. O'Hare with a punt coming to midfield. Nice play by Jeremy Burt, but no one was there to take the head ball. Eric West going to try to send it down for the Blue Devils. Mark Tile coming to midfield, and number 21 for the Devils, Malot, kicks it out of bounds. Mark Tile, far side throw in. Charge called against Massena, so the Blue Devils will have control of the ball on a direct kick on Massena's half of the field. Mark Tile trying to get the Massena effort going here as the ball goes far side. Man to go for the Blue Devils. Mandigo's a threat, but not to Derek Glading as he steps up and takes it right out of his reach. And he kicks it out of bounds for a Devils throw-in far side. Mandigo has another chance. Engstrom's there. Hewlett battling. Just missed it. Jeremy Burt. Massena's not really going to the ball as much as they should be. They're kind of playing a little lazy game, sitting on their 2-1 lead, and hopefully they, for Massena's sake, they don't sit on it too much longer. Their offensive power is one of the best in the Section 10. #29 White, Mark O'Shea called on the push. Both teams had their hands up, so the referee had to make a call, but the referee on the far side of the field made the call. Not the place for the referee to be calling it, I don't believe. The referee on that side of the field, I believe, had that call. Engstrom gets the ball taken away by Santos. Santos looks back to 13, LaFleur. LaFleur looking outside to Bova. Andy Spanberg sends it off of number 4, Andy Wright.
That's good right there, 24.
Andy Spanberg looking for Alderman. Alderman missed throw in there, and number 13, LaFleur. Engstrom with a beautiful move, just toasted Joe Barkley for the Blue Devils, and gets it inside to Alderman. Alderman had to let that one run through his legs, and the Ogdensburg defenseman Fox is there. Fox looking to Wright. Wright made a nice play, not to kick that one, but Alderman is there on the overplay. Here's Andy Spanberg trying to beat the Ogdensburg defender. Wright. The ball's taken away. There's West and number 17, Barkley. White push called against number 48, Tony Engstrom, and number 17, Joe Barkley, went into that one with his hands up high. And number 13, LaFleur with a kick far side. Mandigo just outstanding, getting up in the air, and Brian Reed has the ball go by him. And number 18, it looks, Tim Skelly will get credit for the goal. And Massena does not look happy. Lewis Alderman with his hands behind his head. They're just not playing Massena Red Raider soccer as they have all year. But Ogdensburg comes out, ties the game 2-2. We'll be back right after this commercial break on Edwards Production Sports. All right, we're back to soccer action here. Tony Peretta, number 10 for the Blue Devils, will get credit for the goal. Dave Bova letting us know who got it. I thought it was number 18, Skelly, but according to him, it was number 10, Tony Peretta. Our apologies to Tony. Massena's got a chance here, and the ball's sent wide. Jeremy Burt trying to chase it down for the Raiders. And it looks like Massena's got a couple of their key players on the bench, and Massena might want to get themselves together and try to get a goal here. They're playing really sloppy soccer, not the soccer I've seen them play all year. Lewis Alderman's going to try to take it himself, and he does. Beats a couple Ogdensburg players. He's going to try to beat another one. Got a little too greedy, and the ball's taken away by the Ogdensburg player. He's pushed down after the shot by the Blue Devil player, but that was behind the play, and no one really saw it. At least not the referees. Number 36, Micah Nabinet, has the ball stripped from him. We'll have a call here. Looks. Number 17, Blue, will be called with kicking, Joe Barkley. And it'll be a free kick for the Red Raiders. Trying to find where to spot the ball. Mike Verno has a direct kick here. I doubt he'll be able to score from there, but he'll at least chip it into the zone for Massena to try to get a head or a foot on it to deflect it in. And that ball's going to run wide. Todd Barnhart trying to get it inside to number 4, John Paul Fauché. Barnhart's going to try to chase down number 13, LaFleur. LaFleur sends it to Bova. Bova's played by Veach, and they're going to try to keep it in. John Paul Fauché makes a nice play to head ball, keep it in. Fauché is called with the arm. He raised up a little bit. Looked like he was trying to keep his balance, and it pushed down OFA player as Barnhart will try to send it in the middle. No one there to make the play. And Lewis Alderman with a chance. He's got a couple players to beat. He's going to send it wide. No one to help to pass it to, so Andy Wright has to take it away, and Dave Bova kicks it out of bounds for the Devils. Massena might want to get the Spanbergs in there. I don't think Andy's in there or Josh to help out on the forward line, as they've been a potent formula up there for the Raiders. Nice throw-in by Todd Barnhart to get it right to Engstrom. Perfect play. That's what I like to see because they're not pushing it all the way up. Here's Acostas looking inside to Anabinet. Anabinet pushed down. So number 7, Eric West, called on the push, and Massena will set it up for a direct kick. Tony Engstrom with the shot. This is a little bit more forward than where he scored against Potsdam, but we'll see what he can do. Maybe he's going to try to hit John Paul Fauché. Ball comes off of Jeremy Burt's head, and Engstrom had a second crack at it and kicked it wide. And Josh Spanberg will at least enter the game, and he will replace, looks like, Jeremy Burt. So it's 2-2, Massena and Ogdensburg deadlocked here at Maxey Hall Field in Potsdam, New York, at Potsdam College campus. And the Blue Devils have a goal kick. Sends it far side right to Josh Spanberg. Spanberg's going to try to get a shot on O'Hare, and that ball runs wide as number 4, John Paul Fauché, tries to chase it down for the for the Raiders. I don't think he's trying to chase it down for the Devils. Here's O'Hare going to try to get it back in a punt, and Fauché's right there. That's kind of a questionable thing, why you'd want to get it passed back to him and then dish it off to number 13, LaFleur. Beach with a throw-in for the Raiders. Trying to hurry it up a little bit. And the ball came real close to hitting the camera, but Tim and I made sure it didn't. Number 9 for the Blue Devils is Bob Cameron making the play. And here comes Josh Spamberg sending it to Acostas. Acostas outside to Alderman. Alderman chips it inside to Spamberg. Spamberg's got a chance. He beats 2 players. Gets a shot, and it's bobbled around by O'Hare, and it goes right in between his legs. And Josh had a shot at first, but he tapped it ahead a little bit more and lessened his angle at the net. And O'Hare was right there to make the save. Ball looks like it might run out of bounds if Cameron hits it just right. And he plays it right. And Barnhart unable to catch him. And number 15, Diop in the middle. Nugent. Trying to get to it as Acostas and him collide. Nice play by Chop Verno to be aggressive and go up straight with a head ball. Massena's got to be careful. Their fullbacks are getting forced up. Bova's unattended on this side of the field. But it'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. Far side, Verno sends it inside for Acostas. Acostas going to try to send it up for Alderman. Alderman unable to get to it. Spamberg's going to send a through ball, but it doesn't get past the tough fullback, Bill Fox. Ogdensburg just scored in the girls' game, so either it's 2-1 or 2-0 or 1-1 over there. And here's a chance for Spamberg as he gets the shot. Ball comes high in the middle of Costas with a head ball. Missed trap by number 22 for Ogdensburg, but he does make good with it. The ball comes back, Beach slips, and that's a handball, uncalled. Bova stuck his hand up and caught that one. And a charge called against Massena, a questionable call there. Acostas called with it. Both players were going in, and it looked like Acostas had his arms down. All right, so Ogdensburg with a free kick. The ball's coming inside, and Massena's just playing defensive soccer there, gladding with a nice play. Called a trip, I believe, against the Blue Devils, or a charge, and it'll be a Massena free kick, and Massena got out of that one, luckily, unscathed. And Ogdensburg has another chance. Massena just not playing the soccer that they played all year, but of course, these field conditions aren't helping much at all. It slows Massena's game right down as they are a speedy team. Beautiful pass. He's pushed off the ball a couple times, but Josh Spamberg has a chance, and it goes right off of O'Hare. He's unable to get a good shot off as he was nudged around all the way down trying to get to the ball. That's another thing I was just thinking about, though. Massena's game is fast-paced, up-tempo soccer, and they're slowed down by this field. It's really poor conditions. It doesn't look like it's been mowed in recent weeks, and it's just all muddy, and it slows the ball down a lot. Throw in for the Blue Devils. Number 9 to take it is Bob Cameron for the Blue Devils. He's going to set the ball down for number 13 to take it, and that is Chad LaFleur. Chad LaFleur, using all the field, came a little bit over where he was supposed to. But of course, every soccer player wants to do that. Josh Spamberg being pestering to the Ogdensburg defense. Engstrom controls. Sends it up to Barnhart. Barnhart's got to get to it. And he beats LaFleur. He gets pushed off the ball, no call. Josh Spamberg sends it wide to John Paul Fauché, unable to get to it, and Mike O'Hare makes the play for the Devils. O'Hare with the punt. Hit off the side of his foot. He wasn't happy with it. You could hear him. And there's Mike and Abbott at midfield. Gets the ball stripped. Dave Bova and Shane Veach are going to collide. And it went off of Veach, so it'll be a throw-in for the Devils. And number 9, Bob Cameron, will throw it in for the Devils. Take this time for a commercial break. You're watching Edwards Production Sports. All All right, welcome back to soccer action here. Massena 2, Ogdensburg 2. It looks like it went off Bob Cameron, so he had to keep it inbounds. And Derek Gladden's going to let it run for Brian Reed to take control. Brian Reed, the keeper for the Red Raiders, only a sophomore. We have a tie game, 2-2. Josh Bamberg makes a nice play to bring the ball back into his possession. He's going to try to send Lewis Alderman. It's a foot race. Lewis Alderman has a little bit shorter strides than number 21, Roger Malot. Corey Mandigo chipped it inside to number 7, and that is Eric West, and Eric West is upended by Mike Anabonet. Little tricky call there for Anabonet. He did trip the guy, so the Blue Devils will have a free kick. Number 12, Bill Fox, going to try to kick it low, and Josh Bamberg's going to try to come up, makes a play. Ball goes wide. Number 18 or number 10, it looks like 18. Chips it back inside, and Massena's just got to relieve the pressure as Mike Anabonet steps up, relieves it. LaFleur will stop the ball for the Devils, makes a left foot, and that's going to run out of bounds for a goal kick, it looks like. Brian Reed got to get back in the net. He came out a little too far, and luckily Mike Verno made the save for the Red Raiders. Ball's kicked out of bounds by number 7, Eric West, and Massena will have a goal kick. We're going to take this opportunity for a commercial break. You're watching Edwards Production Sports presentation of Section 10 Class B Championship Soccer. All right, back to soccer action. The ball comes towards the net. Number 4 for Ogdensburg, Andy Wright with a shot, just went up and high. Brian Reed let it go, and Massena will have a goal kick. So Massena, without much offensive effort in the past 2 minutes, Ogdensburg controlling most of the tempo, needs to get a goal quick. They just put in a bunch of their first string players, so we'll see if they can get some of their speed working for them, see if they can't get a goal off of that. Derek Gladding and Corey Mandigo to go down. Trip called against Mandigo. So Massena will have another opportunity on a free kick. Verno will set it up for himself, I believe, right near that huge mud puddle. Water comes off of it, sends it down for Ken Smith. Ken Smith and Bill Fox will try to battle for it, and Fox elects to kick it out, and Massena will have a chance to get their forwards up into position to make the play. Here comes Ken Smith. Ken Smith getting the ball back. Couple nice moves. Wants to get rid of it a little bit because the Ogdensburg fullbacks are very, very tough to beat. Looks like Mark Tile there. And Ken Smith makes a nice play to strip the Corey Mandigo, the Blue Devils forward, who's playing good back checking there. Ball comes inside. Ken Smith. And it goes off of the Ogdensburg player for a corner kick for the Red Raiders. So Lewis Alderman not on the field, so Tony Angstrom will take it for the Red Raiders. Angstrom, one of the taller players on the Red Raider team, is someone you might need in there to get a head ball on it. Look for Mandigo in there for the Blue Devils to try to get a head on it and get it out of the zone. Ball comes in right on net. And Massena's going to step up. Chop Verno's going to send it inside. But Ogdensburg's players there, looks like Bill Wolf. Shane Veach commits. And the ball sent by him. Mike Verno's going to have time to turn with it, and he beats a couple players there, and he sends it upfield, trying to get it to Mark O'Shea, one of the Ogdensburg players. Number 4, Andy Wright, was blocking my view of O'Shea. Mandigo goes out of bounds off of his chest, and Massena will have a throw-in. Massena just scored in the girls' game, so it could be 2-1. Massena could be winning, or Ogdensburg could be winning. We're not quite sure on what the score is over there. We'll try to find out as soon as we can. But of course, by the time you'll be hearing this broadcast, that game will probably be following it. Massena in the girls' game probably would be an underdog to win that game, as The girls team from Ogdensburg is just now standing team, almost going undefeated if they might have this year. And that's called on a push. He fell in the mud puddle, and no one touched him, and that's a very, very questionable call. The referee wasn't even in the area to make the call. The guy falls down in the mud because of the weather, and no one touched him, and they're going to give him a free kick. Very, very questionable call. The referee wasn't even close to the play. Regardless, we can't change it. Santos will have a kick, a free kick. Tips it off of the Massena player, and it'll be a corner kick for the Blue Devils. Massena gets out of that one. It's a good thing because I'd hate to see a questionable call decide the fate of this game. But a corner kick does come out of it anyway, as the ball probably would have been cleared because the Ogdensburg player slid right past where the ball was planted, and there was a Massena player waiting to kick the ball. The ball comes high, unable to get the kick on his Santos. There's man to go. And a beautiful play by Shane Veach. He kicks it up and over the net. And it'll be another kick for the corner kick for the Blue Devils on this side of the field now. Dave Bova will kick it for the Blue Devils. Don't have to wait for a whistle. He'll set it up, kick it. Comes short. Veach goes down to his knees, makes the play. Andy Spanberg comes out, and that's Massena got out of that one luckily. And nothing came out of it. 2-2 is the score here at Potsdam College Maxey Hall Complex. Section 10 Class B finals in boys soccer. Massena gets out of it. Now they got to come out and play their style of soccer and get a goal here. Derek Gladding kicks it low right to Andy Wright. Andy Wright trapped by Bova. Comes inside to Santos. Gladding is there. Comes back to LaFleur. And him and Ken Smith will battle for it. Andy Spanberg chips it up and out to his brother Josh. Josh just missed, kicks, walks over it. Bill Fox steps up, makes a play, gets it to Bova. Bova passes it by, gets it to Santos, and Brian Reed's going to let it run for a corner kick for the Blue Devils. Must have went off of Reed's hand. So it's another corner kick. Massena not playing soccer here. They're not playing their style of soccer, I should say. And Ogdensburg's got a chance. They're sloshing around in the mud puddles over there. Number 16 called with a charge, far side, Jonas Bergstrand. Or, excuse me, 18, Tim Skelly. Bergstrand isn't on the field. Chop Verno with the kick, free kick for the Red Raiders. Massena's got to get their offense moving. There's probably 7 or 8 minutes left in the game. Massena did go throughout the whole season undefeated, so they're not accustomed to losing, and I think they're going to come back and get a goal here soon. Coach Henry might want to call a timeout and just get his troops together. Shane Veach makes a nice play. Josh Spanberg will let the ball run out. Number 4, Andy Wright, kicks the ball out of bounds. And Andy Spanberg will have a throw-in. Andy Spanberg on the throw. Good throw, far. Referee saying, man, that's close. Not something I like to hear a referee say. It's either illegal or it's not. Ball's going to be sent wide by the Ogdensburg player. Massena throw-in, far side. Martayo picks up, throws it to Alderman. Alderman's going to have to battle with man to go. Ball goes out. Alderman takes it. Throw in the middle, trying to hit Ken Smith, unable to do so. Fox recovers, hits number 7, Eric West. West will carry, hits inside to Santos. Ogdensburg showing the passing skills that Massena had all year. Derek Gladding looking outside to Alderman. Alderman tripped up tough by Eduardo Santos, and Santos saying, hey, I'm sorry. Alderman saying, hey, no problem. Good sportsmanship. Number 27, Lewis Alderman will get a yellow card, I believe. They did stop the clock, or they're just going to warn both the players. So if they warn him, he doesn't have to come off the field. They're warning him and Eric West, both of them having words. So no yellow cards giving out, so neither player has to leave the game. Not a call you probably want to make in a game like this, giving a yellow card, so they did give the warning. All right, now we're back to play. Mike Verno going to send this one low. Santos takes control, and Verno's going to send it wide, so number 18, Skelly, has to chase it down. Skelly chases it with Gladden giving chase. Ball comes wide. Dave Bova kicks it out of bounds, and it's a goal kick for the Red Raiders. It looks like it did go off the shirt of the Massena fullback, and the ball runs out of bounds for a goal kick for the Raiders regardless. Derek Gladding wants to get this one high and away. Winding down on time here. Going to have to probably go to overtime. If neither of these teams can score, we definitely will go to overtime. Andy Spanberg boots it up, trying to hit Alderman with a pass. But number 21, Roger Malot's there. Malot's fiddling with it, gets it back to O'Hare. O'Hare will gather it and look for the punt. Excuse me for sniffling, but it's colder here than it is in Massena. It's a wide open field at Potsdam State. And another thing that this field doesn't help Massena do is pass. Their passing game has been extreme all year. As number 11, Santos is called on the tackle. He brought Mike Hewlett down on the play. As I was saying before, these field conditions does affect Massena's passing game, as they're probably the best passing team in Section 10, as that was what got them undefeated throughout the whole season. Andy Spanberg chips a little too high and a little too far, but Lewis Alderman's going to try to get it back to Tayo. Tayo and Alderman and Mandigo are back on the far corner battling. Here's Mark Tayo with a chance, a shot off the goaltender Mike O'Hare's hands, and number 13 LaFleur is stripped by Spanberg. Spanberg has his hands up in the air. He's called on the push. Very good call by the referee. Spanberg did have his hands, and he has to keep his mouth quiet because he will get yellow carded now, as both teams have been warned. A beautiful try by Kenny Smith. O'Hare gives him a little kick. Ball comes wide. Andy Wright's going to try to trap it, move it upfield. Andy Spanberg with a beautiful play to get it away from him. And Ken Smith's going to try to push it up. He gets a shot right on O'Hare, and O'Hare bobbles a little bit. He goes out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick for the Red Raiders. So Massena's chance is right here, if any. Looks like far side, a couple people doing the tomahawk chop, as that's what helped the Red Raider football team beat the Huskies the other day. Here's Alderman on the kick. Nice kick. Comes inside Mike Hewlett and O'Hare. There is a goal. Massena Red Raiders come out with a goal. Andy Spanberg will record the goal. Mike O'Hare was tackling one of the Massena players, Mike Hewlett, and the ball came out. Andy Spanberg kicked it in for the Red Raiders, and Massena pulls ahead 3-2 here in Section 10 Class B championship game, and the Red Raiders still can't sit down. They have to still play hard. It looks like Ogdensburg will call a timeout, and we'll call a timeout. You're watching Section 10 Class B Championship Soccer on Edwards Production Sports. All right, back to soccer action here. Massena Red Raiders and Ogdensburg Blue Devils. Here's a chance for Ogdensburg. Massena can't lay down, as they are leading 3-2. A nice play by the Massena fullback, Tony Angstrom. And Ogdensburg will have a chance. A drop ball called because it went off both players. So Massena, less than 3 minutes left to play. Massena's up 3-2. Section 10 Class B soccer. Drop ball between number 10, Tony Peretta, who has one of the goals for the Blue Devils, and Andy Spanberg, who has one of the goals for the Red Raiders. Here's Josh Spanberg trying to battle with number 7, Eric West. Recapping the scoring, Mark Tayo from Josh Spanberg scored the first one. We did miss that one, but Gerald Acostas had a goal from Mike Verno. Eric West had an unassisted goal, and Tony Peretta had a goal for the Blue Devils. and the game was tied at 2 for a long time. And then the Massena Red Raiders, Andy Spanberg came back, scored one off a scramble in front on a corner kick, and Massena will have a goal kick as we look at it right now. Brian Reed will set it down for Derek Gladding, probably coming up on under 2 minutes left to play in the game. And Derek Gladding will kick it. Dave Bova replaces number 10, Tony Peretta. Dave Bova is one of the names you hear all the time scoring for the Blue Devils. Mike Hewlett will kick it down, and that's going to force Mike O'Hare to come out of the net and try to punch the ball up for the Blue Devils. Ken Smith's got lots of room, lots of time to play with the ball. He's going to dump it in on Mike O'Hare and just waste a little bit of time. Play kick and run as the Red Raiders are up 3-2. Hewlett's going to dump it. Ball's kicked wide. Alderman's going to keep it inbounds. Donna Jacoby is up, so there's probably less than a minute left to play. Alderman's called on the push. Number 21 goes down. That's Roger Malot. And number 12, Bill Fox, kicks it down. And that will probably do it. Mark Tile scoring the first goal for the Red Raiders. Massena could possibly go undefeated in Section 10 play all year. They will travel to play Section 7 champion in the first round of the states. That is whoever wins this game. Under 30 seconds left to play. What a way to end the season in Section 10 play. Corey Mandigo, head ball out of bounds. Red Raiders with a throw-in. Coach Pat Henry sets it down. Mark Tile picks. Throws it deep in the Ogdensburg zone. And that will do it. The Massena Red Raiders have come out on top. I cannot believe they won that game. Massena 3, Ogdensburg Free Academy 2. Massena Red Raiders take home the Section 10 Class B championship 3-2. Goals coming from Mark Tile with the assist to Josh Spanberg. Gerald Acasas with the assist coming to Mike Furno. And Andy Spanberg scoring the game winner for the Red Raiders on a corner kick. I believe that one will be recorded unassisted. Brian Reed backstopping the effort for the Red Raiders. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us right after this commercial break. We will bring you the Section 10 All Northern selections.